Alun, the emphasis changes today. Of course, it's Knockout Cup action, 2 legs, both taking place on the same day. That's going to put quite a big strain on the riders, I would have thought.
Yeah, especially with the weather as it is. I mean, you know, I can't complain, but yeah, it's going to be, you know, quite tough, and especially with the travelling as well. You know, that's sort of quite hard on the riders.
Obviously, the result today depends on the aggregate score. What do you think Pirates have got to do here to get a safe bit of room for Arlington tonight?
The last couple of years we haven't done bad down at Eastbourne, but in saying that, you know, a lot depends on Bjarne really. I mean, at the moment he's not having the best of runs at the moment, which is unfortunate, and if he can sort himself out, I think, you know, he could do quite well. But I mean, I think a lot is emphasising on Bjarne really.
Who are the danger men for Eastbourne? Obviously Mark rides this track particularly well.
I mean, you've got to look at the reserves. I mean, Sheilds, he's not been very good round. He doesn't rate it as one of his favourite tracks, but you can never discount Adam Sheilds. And another one who likes it a little bit slick and who's good round the pole is Gary Stead. If he gets out in front, he's going to be hard to pass. So and at the moment I'm watching Dean Barker. He's you know, he's riding out of his skin at the moment, and he was just saying before the meeting how high his average is at the moment.
Well, I did notice actually his average actually crept up above Mark's now.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's sort of, so, you know, and he doesn't do bad here. But it's going to be a little bit difficult because it's going to be a bit sloppy at the beginning because of, obviously, you can't expect it. You know, the weather is, you know, so hot, you know, and if you don't do it, they're going to have dust, you know, in the first one. And you can't have that, especially with the amount of crowd we got here. You're going to get covered in the first couple of heats. They ain't going to be too impressed. OK, we've got some entertaining speedway to come. Let's hope the Pirates can give them what they need to take to Arlington tonight. Yeah, hope so too.
Well, before we even get started today, Neil, you've got a headache because, of course, Christoph, unfortunately, is caught up in terrible traffic. It's the nature of the game, unfortunately, on a day like today. Yeah, but I understand you're going to ride a replacement for Christoph.
Yes, I mean, we had the option. We could possibly try and wait for him. Yeah, we can't delay the meeting because, obviously, we've got to be at Eastbourne this evening. And, you know, where he is, it looks like he's going to miss at least 2 or 3 rides, so I'd have to run with nobody. So, yeah, we're going to opt for the rider replacement, and Eastbourne, you know, he's going to ride this evening at Eastbourne, hopefully. But as I say, it's, yeah, it's just what I need on a bank holiday.
Well, it's nice to know in a situation like this you've obviously got the riders that can take those rides. However, it's been quite a mixed start for the Pirates, perhaps not what you would have wanted, but certainly on Wednesday, 36 hours ago, they really clicked into top gear, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, let's say Lukas has really sort of come on leaps and bounds. My one concern, say, at the moment is Bjarne's form, although it's not his form, it's actually his engines I'm worried about. I mean, they're just not strong enough, and he's on the same one today, so hopefully, you know, he's sort of trying to sort something out. But I know that he's going to Denmark tomorrow, and he's testing 5 engines out there to try and remedy the situation, because you know, it's very demoralising for Bjarne, because he is a good rider, but if you haven't got the equipment, you can't perform.
Well, indeed, we all know his pedigree, and we've seen plenty of that in the past. Hopefully he will get back on song, though. Yeah,
hopefully. I mean, it's just hard. I mean, it's down in his head, and that's what I've got to try and do, is keep him built up, you know, and believe in himself that he can do it, even though, say, his equipment isn't as good as he'd like it to be. But, you know, he's got enough track craft to beat, you know, a lot of riders.
Indeed he has. Well, good luck today. Let's hope that we go through the day unscathed. It's going to be a long day for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a very long day, yeah. OK,
thanks for talking to us.
OK.
Mark, welcome back to Poole, your old hunting ground, of course. How does it look today?
Yeah, it's difficult to do the track for a daytime mean, you know. It's quite windy and quite warm, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. It looks all right, and hopefully we'll have a good meeting.
Are you happy with the preparations so far? Obviously you've got a good-looking league position. Coventry seem to be running away with things at the moment, but Eastbourne very much up there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think Coventry and Poole look strong sides, so Eastbourne are in there, you know, and it's a long season. You know, hopefully you don't get any injuries, you sort of see how it goes.
Were you surprised that Eastbourne weren't tipped greater to do bigger things this year?
I don't know really. You know, I mean, he's put quite a good side together. He's starting, you know, depending on who's sort of available and who isn't. He should be okay, but like I say, it's a long season.
Okay, and today, as I say, it's going to be a long day, and we'll be back, of course, at Arlington this evening. What sort of strain is that going to put on all the riders?
Yeah, it should be all right. You know, all going well. Hopefully, there's no mishaps, and you know, there'll be a couple of entertaining meetings.
Indeed. Well, good luck. Hope everything goes well.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, glorious bank holiday weather here for this Knockout Cup first round match between the Pirates and the Eastbourne Eagles, and immediately a change to the programme lineup in race 1 with the absence of Krzysztof Kasperzak, held up in the bank holiday traffic on his way back from Poland. The bikes were all set up in the pits, the mechanic was waiting, but poor old Krzysztof didn't quite make it in time, so rider replacement operating for the Pirates, and in Heat 1 that means an early appearance for the number 7 Davey WATT, who comes in for an all-Aussie pairing for the Pirates of Leigh ADAMS and Davey WATT. Opposition from Eastbourne in the shape of none other than Poole favourite from a few seasons ago, Mark Loram, and number 2, Dean Barker. And it's the Eagles riding from the inside start, with Leigh ADAMS into an immediate lead on turn 1, with Mark Loram, Dean Barker packing in the minor positions, and David Watt at the rear in the early stages of this opening race. But armchair style, Leigh ADAMS already building up a comfortable lead ahead of Mark Loram. Mark sizing up his former home patch here and sitting very much on the inside line in the early stages as the track settles down in this midday sun, unaccustomed warm summery conditions here at Wimborne Road so early in the season. How often do we get Easter weather as glorious as this? And I think Aussie style weather is encouraging Leigh ADAMS for an Aussie style performance, because no doubt about the victor in this opening race, Leigh ADAMS, taking that checkered flag, continuing the fine run of form that he's been showing recently, most notably his 12-point max against Bellevue just 48 hours ago. So it's a drawn race to open the proceedings. Leigh ADAMS, Mark Loram, Dean Barker, and bringing up the rear, Davey WATT. Well, normally for the reserves race in Heat 2, all the riders are trying the track for the first time, but Davey WATT already had the opportunity to size it up with that rider replacement outing in race 1. Although he's at the back of the pack, he'll obviously have had an opportunity to make whatever changes he needs to his bike setup in order to perhaps improve on that, although it has to be said that traditionally Heat 1, pretty formidable sort of opposition for a reserve rider. Let's see if he fares better in this one. It's David Ruud in the red helmet from the inside starting position. Davey Watt then, his partner, moves from grid 3. A very strong reserve duo for the Eagles in Adam Sheilds, Isle of Wight's top scorer and now a regular in the Eagles lineup in the Elite League this season, and his partner at number 7, Gary Stead, himself no mean performer around the Wimborne Road circuit. So as they line up for race 2, away they go, and this time the Pirates pass from the trap with Davey Ruud out in front. In second place, Adam Sheilds sits on the line. Unfortunately, Davey Watt getting relegated there by taking a wide line on the first bend, and that means that Gary Stead has tucked into third place behind his team partner Adam Sheilds. No doubt about the leader, Davey Ruud, not always fast in his opening races here at Wimborne Road, though he's scored a hatful of points this season, but right from the outset this time, with that inside start advantage, he's moved into a comfortable lead, and I don't think anyone's going to get near him in this race, because Adam Sheilds, although a rider capable of very spectacular passing, certainly we've seen some Eastbourne this season, but he's sizing the track up, tucked in for second place in the green helmet. So we're going to have another drawn race on our hands here. Remember, of course, aggregate scores will be everything today, because these teams in the KO Cup will be contesting for points home and away on the same day, and the aggregate winners will go through. So that's a drawn race. Davey Ruud then the winner, Adam Sheilds second, Gary Stead third, Davey Watt bringing up the rear. And they're at the tapes now for race 3 with Lukas DRYML in the red helmet, Bjarne PEDERSEN on grid 2 in blue for the Eagles, Dave Norris in the green helmet, and Joonas KYLMAKORPI in the yellow helmet. Anything could happen this time. Lukas DRYML in a fine run of form so far this season. Not quite the same can be said of Bjarne PEDERSEN today, although we all know what he's capable of here at Wimborne Road. Opposition pairing, we could get a 5-1 in their favour, or indeed a 5-1 against. Somewhat enigmatic Dave Norris has had some extremely good meetings here at Wimborne Road, but one or two duff ones. Joonas KYLMAKORPI, his scores have been pretty buoyant so far in season 2003, so let's see how he fares in race 3, where the deadlock is maintained at 6 points apiece. Away they go. It's a good gate from Dave Norris in the green helmet, who leads out of the first turn, followed by Lukas DRYML and Bjarne PEDERSEN. Dave Norris, clean gate, comfortably out in front at this early stage. Lukas DRYML will be looking to try and make some impression, but at this stage not the case. Back in third place, Bjarne PEDERSEN looks to be sitting on the line comfortably and under no immediate pressure from Joonas KYLMAKORPI. I think probably the same can be said out front with Dave Norris. Not under any pressure from Lukas at this stage, although Lukas is ever watchful for any passing opportunities. As we saw against Bellevue, he was in cracking form in that. 4 unbeaten rides, only just defeated in the final race of the evening. Not starting with the heat win today, had to sit behind Dave Norris and contend himself for a second. Dave Norris then opens in good style. Bjarne PEDERSEN still not looking that speedy, and towards the end of the race, KYLMAKORPI was closing up. So that a bit of a concern, but at this stage it's the Pirates 9 points, the Eagles 9. So it's still all square then at 9 apiece as we go into race 4. First appearance of the Pirates skipper Tony Rickardsson in the red helmet, and his partner this time, Davey WATT. It's the 4th race. Davey already coming out for his 3rd outing in the absence of Christoph Kasperzak. He's going to be a busy lad today. Opposition captain Joe Screen in the green helmet on grid 3, and his partner, 3rd last time out, Gary Stead. So it's the lineup for heat 4. Just jockeying for the best starting gate positions. Tony Rickardsson on the wide outside. Will we see one of his famous slingshot turns on the first corner? Away they go. Tony Rickardsson pretty smartly out, but Joe Screen has shut the door on him, and so Davey WATT, after 2 pointless rides, comes out and takes a first bend lead. Tony Rickardsson's superb pass on Joe Screen on the bottom turn there to join Davey WATT for a promising looking 5-1 position here in heat 4. This will get the Wimborne Road fans really excited, because first heat win of the day, and Tony Rickardsson on that riding line. Davey WATT on the outside. Rickardsson takes a look around over his shoulder. He sees Joe Screen some way back. A perfect opportunity to maintain the TR team riding effort with a lap to go. The 5-1 still on for the Pirates, and this is going to set this bank holiday crowd alight here, I'm quite certain. Tony Rickardsson sitting there nursing round Davey WATT. Davey WATT, after 2 pointless rides, is going to receive the claim of the crowd, which he does get. 5-1 to the Pirates. Superb bit of speedway racing, superb team riding, and whoever said Tony Rickardsson was primarily an individualist, well, that time they saw the team man, the captain, doing his job there, and the crowd are just going to love that one. And as the 2 riders come round for Poole, they're going to receive a standing ovation. Look at that, standing ovation from the crowd. Moves the scoreline now. Poole taking a 4-point advantage by 14 points to 10. Super Speedway. Let's see if the Eagles can hit back in race 5. They got their strong pairing of Mark Loram and Dean Barker on the grid 2 and 4 positions. Mark is on gate 4 in the green helmet. Not a rider to worry over much about what gate position he starts from. The Pirates on 1 and 3 will be Lukas DRYML on the inside position, and Bjarne PEDERSEN goes from grid 3. So then the starter now calling them into line. The track seems to be settling down here, despite the very dry conditions we've had, summer-like conditions. There's some considerable weeks that since we had any appreciable rain, so any moisture on the track has been put there by the track staff. Away they go. Race 5, and Lukas DRYML gets a good start, as does Bjarne PEDERSEN. Mark Loram forced wide, so it's Lukas DRYML, Bjarne PEDERSEN and Dean Barker having a rare old battle for second place. At the moment, Bjarne PEDERSEN just holds up second place, but under strong pressure from Mark Loram, who blasts round the boards looking for some extra grip. Lukas DRYML out in front in some comfort, but Bjarne PEDERSEN is facing increasing pressure from Mark Loram, who's sitting there in third place, and that familiar outside swoop from Mark brings him within a bike length of Bjarne's rear wheel, and he's going again for that outside. Such a familiar sight here a few seasons ago, and a rider that endeared himself to the Wimborne Road faithful for never less than 100% performances. But it looks this time as if Bjarne PEDERSEN can shake off some of those recent bike gremlins. He's under pressure once again from Mark Loram on the last bend. No doubt about the winner, Lukas DRYML, but Bjarne PEDERSEN, the all-important second place. Mark Loram third, and Dean Barker fourth, and after opening drawn races and a fairly quiet start to the proceedings, 2 scintillating 5-1 maximum heat wins to the Pirates, which now moves them into an impressive lead, 19 points to 11.